This is Dabu7. The situation here globally with food is getting worse by the day. Some people ignoring the situation, but those that see what's coming are getting plans together and making moves quickly. As the price of things continue to go up, as inflation continues to kill the dollar, that is what is affecting Americans, but globally. Every person out there that's trying to get their hands on some food is finding it more difficult than the years or even weeks past. They're now saying that we're heading toward a famine here of large proportions, and it looks like, by all means, this is going to be staged and engineered because they got money for war, but not to feed the poor. Period. Without any excuses. Doesn't matter who it is. Any 1%er out there doesn't want to help the poor, there's no excuse. Doesn't matter how much you're in love with them, how much you like them and their image. Actions speak louder than words. And we have a senator that just stepped up and says we've never seen anything like this, that we are facing an imminent famine. So a U.S. senator admitting that we are heading into the direction of a large-scale famine that is being engineered 100%. So there's no one else to blame but the politicians and those that people have allowed to control things, unless you want to take the power back and do something about that. You see, hopefully at some point, hopefully this summer, we see people spring into action and rise. We need some kind of movement in this country to take the freedom and the power back, or they're going to wash it all away. Matter of fact, that is the plan, by design, and it's hidden in the open. Actually, books written on it and everything else. If people just took the time to find it, it's right there. So what's coming around the corner is all by design. And make sure to join me for the live streams where I talk about things like this, censorship-free, in more detail. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. You'll find links below. Hit that subscribe button for more, and make sure to check that bell notification as well, so you're getting alerted for all my videos. Much love, y'all.
Come on, ladies.
Aaron Rice raises 3,000 chickens for eggs and for meat. He says his free-range and pasture-based growing methods,
Letting them outside and, get fresh air, sunshine.
produce especially high-quality eggs.
Darker yolks, stronger flavors, firmer whites. Not only do they taste better, but they're more nutrient dense.
His birds deliver 2,500 eggs each day during high season in the springtime, while his northern Colorado operation is relatively small.
Our production's kind of a drop in the bucket, really.
It is potentially vulnerable to disease.
The way that we raise chickens, though, there's really not much we can do in terms of separating wildlife from our domesticated flocks.
It's that interaction that's led to the current avian flu outbreak, which has swept through commercial and backyard flocks across the U.S.
It seems to be spreading at a pretty high rate amongst birds.
Biologist Cheryl Zadowitz says the virus is transmitted through fecal droppings, saliva, and nasal secretions, and larger facilities where chickens are packed together are not the only targets.
All it takes is one migrating bird that might have symptoms that could potentially result in some transmission, and then your smaller farms might also be impacted.
The risk of humans contracting this virus is extremely small, but consumers have been impacted by this outbreak through the increased price of eggs. Grocery costs have gone up across the board lately.
My eggs are $1 more as well, so everything's going up at least $1, which, adds up.
It's another example of so-called cost-push inflation, which has permeated the U.S. economy.
And by cost push, we mean it is created by an increased cost of production for many products.
Rice says the costs of feed and other aspects of production have gone up sharply.
Feed prices for not just egg production, but also for meat production, pigs, chickens, it's going to start showing up in the grocery stores here, essentially now.
Millions of chickens, infected or not, have been destroyed already in the U.S. in an effort to contain the avian flu spread, cutting egg supply and raising prices further. Larger operations have taken extensive biosecurity steps to protect their flocks. Rice is getting chicks from approved sources and limiting visitors.
If we were to contract it out here, we'd have to get rid of every chicken that's on this farm. It would absolutely be very difficult to recover from. It's not something that we want to have to go through.
Until then, it's business as usual during this volatile time.
We're kind of at the whim of nature. Come on, ladies.
Hendrik Sabrandi, CGTN, Denver.
Secretary of Agriculture Russell Redding just wrapped up his avian flu update a few minutes ago. He shared that the latest test results from the USDA show that avian flu was confirmed now at 3 commercial chicken farms in Lancaster County. No new positives today. Now, each of those farms is within the 6-mile control zone that the state established on Monday after the first case of avian flu was identified at Kreider Farms in East Donegal Township, Lancaster County. Now, all of the chickens at all of those farms have been killed. Now those farms are undergoing cleaning and disinfecting efforts. Redding shared the major component of the state's plan was to set up that control zone. He says he believes it's working and it's keeping the spread in check. There are more than 100 farms in that radius that now have to do additional avian flu testing before they move any poultry products or bring in any feed or supplies. The secretary says those measures are crucial. Now, the secretary added that many farms outside the control zone are also concerned about the spread, and they are also increasing their efforts to do additional cleaning and disinfecting. The good news, though, the secretary added that right now he is feeling encouraged by the efforts to stop the spread of the avian flu here in the Susquehanna Valley. Ann Shannon, WGAL News 8.
All right, Jocelyn, thanks. Well, no new cases of the avian flu have been reported just 2 days after a Lancaster County poultry operation had to destroy nearly 1.5 million chickens, all to stop the spread of this. Kreider Farms' Donegal egg-laying facility is under quarantine, along with farms within about 6 miles, which are all testing for this virus. Poultry is a $7 billion industry in Pennsylvania, and the spread of avian flu could impact what you see in the stores.
If you start pulling birds out, production out, meat, eggs, all of that, there's only so many chickens, right? There's only so many eggs. There's only so much poultry. So we have to be aware that there could be implications to supply if we don't contain this.
And there is no health risk to humans, and the poultry and eggs are safe to eat. But a lot of people have some flocks in their yards and raise these. So if you suspect live poultry is infected, you are asked to report this to the state's Bureau of Animal Health and Diagnostic Services. Symptoms to look for: a lack of energy and also appetite.